Hi everyone, it's the Comic Fan Man here coming at you with another video, and in today's video we're going to have an unboxing of the McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman v Superman Batfleck figure. Yes, I have been waiting for this figure ever since McFarlane said he was taking over the DC line from Mattel. And I don't know why it took so long for them to do it. I mean, they literally waited for the DCEU to die before they finally released this figure. And this has been the one figure that I've always wanted. I did not like the Mattel releases of his design. You know, Mattel is good for a certain kind of look, and this just wasn't the look for them. But I knew as soon as McFarlane took over, I said, he's gonna make this Batman pretty amazing. The McFarlane Toys is gonna make this Batman pretty amazing. And I gotta say, from what I've seen in the packaging so far, I am not disappointed. All right, let's open it up and take a look. All right, so here he is out of the box with all of his accessories. Batman from Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. I really love this. This figure is really cool. Let's take a look at some of his accessories. He comes with the left and right Batman hands of justice hands to punch everybody out. That's really great. Really nice. And these really super oversized and thick Batarangs, like, this is ridiculous. They are super duper like oversized, but they look cool, and I'm probably gonna paint these silver to make them look more movie accurate. But that's really, like, I don't know. He hit somebody with this. That's not a Batarang. He's throwing, like, looks almost like a brick, if anything. Pretty funny. Excuse me. And he also has his little grapple gun from the movie. This is really cool. You know, Batman did a lot of damage with this thing when he was in the warehouse, throwing crates around and everything. And they did a great job with the sculpt. However, there's no paint on this. McFarlane really kind of skipped out. McFarlane Toys really skipped out on the paint on these accessories. So I am actually going to have to go in there and do little paint touch-ups on this myself, which I don't mind doing. I just, like, you know, you know, it's not the way the figure should be. When you buy it, it should be finished, but whatever, it is what it is. Oh, and also the standard DC stand. Now let's take a look at the figure himself. As you can see, super excited about all the detail on this figure. Very much in the same feel as the Man of Steel Superman that McFarlane did from the Zack Snyder Justice League. I do have the blue and red version of that figure, and I really love that figure, and this one is everything I hoped it would be. Like, the wait was definitely worth it. Now, just so that you know, this is not the way the head normally comes. I did change out the peg for one of the shorter McFarlane pegs from one of his other figures, and I think this looks much better because the other peg kept his head way off the neck. Now, that was mostly for articulation, because the articulation on his head now is not that great. Oh, it's actually not bad even with the shorter peg, but with the other peg, like, you can really look way up and way down. But I like this look better because Affleck definitely had a very thick Batman neck in the movie, and I think this just makes it look better. He did do a cloth cape on this Batman, although it's not wired, but it does look really nice, and it's a lot of fabric. Like, it's huge. He's got a huge wingspan with this. So that looks really, really nice. All the detail in the scrapes and cuts in his logo there, and the gold belt is really neat. Although it looks like I am going to have to go in here and do a little bit of black paint, because he did have a black belt under all the gold. In fact, he looks like he missed quite a few things, because this was also kind of a bronzy gold. His knuckles were also kind of a bronzy gold. So he didn't do all of that. He just left it a flat black. He also had like a bronzy gold boot tips. But, you know, like I said, the figure itself, the design of it looks really nice. So I can overlook those little paint app misses because I can do it myself. I've done it before for other things. So I'll just do it myself. Let's take a look at the back. Oh, he didn't do any wash on the back. That's really kind of not nice. Like, compared to the front, like, look at this. The front looks really good. Then the back is just, I mean, the detail is really very nice, but he didn't do any paint taps on the back. Like, what is that? All right, it looks like I'm gonna just go over all of this with a black wash real quick, just to fill that out. And he must have had a plastic, he must have been designed for a plastic cape, because he's got this peg hole there, and he normally has these kind of peg holes when he puts on like a plastic cape. But I am kind of glad that he did do the fabric cape on this. It's really, really nice, and it's a nice fabric. It's not like, you know, it's not like shabby or anything. All right, so let me put some accessories on him and see what he looks like when he's ready to fight. All right, so here he is with his gun, his pneumatic gun, and his Batarang ready to chuck it at you. More like the Batarang brick. But wow, look at this. This looks really, really cool. It really is everything I hoped it would be. I know people are complaining that it's not exact likeness of Ben Affleck and all, but it really, like, you know, probably the timing of it, you know, he probably didn't have the license to do his likeness anymore, but this is great. You know, and I know some are saying like, oh, maybe he should have been like, you know, more bulky, but I think his proportions are really good. I don't have any issues with his proportions. You know, he is very much in line with the other movie figures. You know, would it be nice to have a more cartoony, exaggerated body? Sure. But I think this is a really, really great callback to the movie. And like I said, like he just looks like he was really well put together. I really love this figure. All right, let's take a look with him next to a this is a Mafex styled Batman from Batman v Superman, but this is not from Mafex. This I found out later after I purchased it that it's a bootleg. It's actually, you know, after I did the video about him, I actually really kind of think it's, you know, for a bootleg, this is actually, you know, really good quality, surprisingly good quality, and it's got a wired cape, which McFarlane couldn't do with this Batman. Yeah, kind of weird that even a bootleg Batman was given a wired cape, and his paint apps were actually more accurate to the movie. Like, this is what his belt should have looked like, although this is supposed to be more gold. They did sort of like a green gray, and as you can see on his gauntlets, he kind of has that same thing, but you can see that they painted his knuckles. You can see that his knuckles are painted, and his bat wings from his arms are painted, and the tips of his boots are also painted. So I'm gonna wind up trying to do that with this McFarlane figure. Again, it's not necessary. The character, the figure looks really great on his own, and I really love it. So, but I do want to make him look a little bit more movie accurate with those extra little color touch-ups. And it's not that much, obviously. And then I'll do a little bit of a black wash on his back, just so that the back matches the front a little better. Now here we have him standing next to Captain Carrot, who is still definitely on my list to make top 10 figure of the year for me. I really love this figure, and I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the initial photos for the Batfleck Batman, I thought that the body that they were using was this one, because it really, the texturing kind of looked similar to me. But no, it's a completely different sculpt. This is original, completely different. He's thinner, more in line with the movie figures, and this one is just more comic book proportioned, which I really loved. And you know, personally for me, if he would have came with this body, I would have had no problem, because I really loved the way McFarlane sculpted this figure, McFarlane Toys. And if they would have just used that for this, I would have still been happy, because I really enjoy that design. I think the silhouette of Captain Carrot plays really well. And I found the Mafex grapple gun. And as you can see, it has a paint job on it, and it fits perfectly into his hand. So yeah, I can use the Mafex style grapple gun on him. And on Captain Carrot, of course, if y'all remember, I'm using a super shotgun from Doom Guy. All right, so that's a look with Captain Carrot. All right, and here he is with the Henry Cavill Superman and the Death Metal Wonder Woman. This is the only Wonder Woman I have. I do not have the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman. She might be something I might look for down the line, but I'm not really sure if I want to do that, because you know, this is a really good looking Wonder Woman. She's actually my favorite looking Wonder Woman of McFarlane Toys so far. So you know, I have my holy trinity of DC, but obviously I had to do it without the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman. But now with the Batfleck Batman, I am so happy. The Bat's dead. Bury it. Tell me, do you bleed? That scene where Batman faced off against Superman, that was pretty intense. I really like that scene. And it goes to show the courage of Batman, because he knew he was right there facing a god, and he still threw down the challenge. So yeah, it was a great movie. I really loved the movie, and I really love these two actors together. I thought they did a really great job. All right, I really think that McFarlane captured the likenesses of these two characters from the movie Batman v Superman so well with these figures. You know, sure, you can go out and spend like, you know, $90-$80 on specialty type companies that do a lot more detail. But excuse me, for full retail price figures, for you know, big market figures, I don't think you're going to find a better value and more detail than what McFarlane Toys has done with these figures. I really do. I've said it before, I'm not a big fan of McFarlane figures. I do see where he cuts corners a lot and sometimes it gets annoying. But these movie figures, I cannot in any way, form, or fashion take anything away from them. I think McFarlane Toys really does a superb job getting the likenesses of the movie figures thus far. So if you enjoyed this look at Batman from Dawn of Justice, please give me a like and subscribe, and look forward to what's coming in our next video. Thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye.